Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hyperbolic functions. So here we have defined some functions which are called as the hyperbolic functions. Okay. First, let us consider Euler form of the complex number. We know that the Euler form of complex number is e raised to I theta can be written as cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, or it is e raised to ix. We can take it, replace theta by x. E raised to ix can be written as cos x plus I sin x, and if it is e raised to minus ix, conjugate of this one, then it can be written as cos x minus I sin x. This is the known thing. So this is the Euler form of complex number. Now if I consider sum of these two, then it becomes e raised to ix plus e raised to minus ix, right side equals to plus I sin theta sin x minus I sin x get cancels, we get 2 cos x. Okay, or we can write it as cos x can be written as e raised to ix plus e raised to minus ix divided by 2. So this is the cos x value, or it can be represented by cos z also. And similarly, if I consider subtraction of these two, then I get e raised to ix minus e raised to minus ix. In this case, sin cos get cancels, and we get e raised to I sin x plus e raised to I sin x equals to 2I sin x, or sin x can be written as e raised to ix minus e raised to minus ix divided by 2I. So similarly, we can establish tan x is equals to cos x divided by sin x, means we get tan x e raised sin x by cos x is equals to we get e raised to ix minus e raised to minus ix divided by e raised to ix plus e raised to minus ix. This is tan. Similarly, we can define other trigonometric functions here. So these are the cos x, sin x and tan x representation in terms of Euler function. Okay, these are called as the circular function. Here we define another function, hyperbolic functions, that is hyperbolic of sin hx, hyperbolic of sin x, hyperbolic of cos x and hyperbolic of other functions. So here we define those functions by first definition 1, hyperbolic of sin x. Okay, or you can write it as sin of x, and it is denoted by sin hx. Okay, so this is defined as for all real or complex x, the functions defined by y equals to e raised to x minus e raised to minus x divided by 2 is called hyperbolic of sin of x and is denoted by sin hx. So therefore sin hx, that is hyperbolic of sin x, is always equals to e raised to x minus e raised to minus x divided by 2. This is the hyperbolic function of sin x. Okay, so the difference between this hyperbolic function and circular function is here we get sin hx and here we have ix, but in this place we don't have ix, and denominator we have 2, but here in this case we have 2i. Okay, remember this difference. So similarly, we define hyperbolic of cosine of x as for all real or complex real or complex x, the function y equals to e raised to x plus e raised to minus x divided by 2 is called hyperbolic cosine of x and is denoted by cos hx. Therefore, cos hx is equals to e raised to x plus e raised to minus x divided by 2. So this is almost similar to the sin hx, but the only difference is here the sign. So in the sign we get minus, here we get plus. So from these two hyperbolic function we can define other hyperbolic functions and can be denoted and defined as tan hx is equals to, we know that it is sin by cos, therefore so by taking sin by cos we get tan hx equals to e raised to x minus e raised to minus x divided by e raised to x plus e raised to minus x. So similarly sec hx can be written as 2 divided by e raised to x plus e raised to minus x, that is the reciprocal of cos hx, and cot hx is the reciprocal of tan hx, is given by e raised to x plus e raised to minus x divided by e raised to x minus e raised to minus x, and cosec hx is the reciprocal of sin, therefore it is equals to 2 divided by e raised to x minus e raised to minus x. These are the hyperbolic functions. Okay, now let us see what is the relation between hyperbolic function and circular functions. So these are the hyperbolic function and these functions are known as the circular function. Now let us relate between hyperbolic and circular functions. Okay, we know that, so here sin hx, we know that sin x, that is circular function, is equals to, we can write it as sine of e raised to ix minus e raised to minus ix divided by 2. So this is from the circular function. Also we have the hyperbolic function sin hx is equals to e raised to x minus e raised, so this is 2i, e raised to x minus e raised to minus x divided by 2. This is from the hyperbolic function. Okay, if I replace this x by ix in this hyperbolic function, that is replacing x by ix in equation 2, we get sin h ix can be written as e raised to, in the place of x we write e raised to ix minus e raised to minus ix divided by 2, or if I multiply and divide by I, then we get I into e raised to ix minus e raised to minus ix divided by, here I get 2i. So you can observe that this is similar to the circular function 1. So therefore we can write it as I into sin x. So this is from equation 1. Okay, so therefore we can write it as sin h ix is equals to I sin x. So similarly you can prove this for cos also, that is second one, we know that cos x is equals to e raised to ix minus plus e raised to ix divided by 2. So consider this as equation 1. Then also we have from the hyperbolic function of cosine of x, we have e raised to x plus e raised to minus x divided by 2. Okay, so this is from comparing equation 1, sorry, you can compare this equation 1 and 2. Here almost similar to this term, only instead of x we have ix. Therefore, replacing x by ix in equation 2, we get cos h ix is equals to e raised to ix plus e raised to minus ix divided by 2. So from equation 1, this is directly we can write it as cos hx. So this is from equation 1. So therefore, always remember cos h ix is equals to cos hx. So these proof are important. They may ask in the exam for 2 marks. Okay. Third one. Consider tan h ix. So this is equals to, we can write it as sin h ix divided by cos h ix. Okay, so here we have proved this sin h of ix can be written as I sin x divided by, and cos h of ix is directly we can write it as cos hx. So here we don't get I term here. So therefore, sorry, this is cos x. Now I as it is sin by cos equals to, we get tan x. Therefore, tan h ix is equals to I tan x. Okay. Similarly, we can prove the other 3 relation, that is fourth one is equals to, we have cosec h ix is equals to minus I cosec x. Proof. We know that cosec h ix can be written as 1 divided by sin h ix. Okay, so because cosec and sin are reciprocal, therefore 1 divided by I. So sin hx we have from 1. So proof 1 we have from proof 1. Okay, that is relation 1. We have sin hx equals to I sin x. Okay, so therefore, and we know that 1 by I is equals to minus I. Therefore, 1 by sin is equals to, it is cosec x. So therefore, cosec h ix equals to minus I cosec x. Okay. So here we can establish other relation. Fifth one, secant h ix equals to, we get secant x. And sixth one, cot h ix equals to minus I cot x. You try these two by yourself. Okay. So here these are the relation between circular and hyperbolic function of this first step. That means here if we have a hyperbolic function, this can be transformed into circular function by using this form. Now if we have circular function, then that can be converted into hyperbolic functions as, so that is second relation is, if we have sin of x, so sorry, if we have sin of ix, that is hyperbolic form, then it can be converted as hyperbolic function as, so this sin of ix is equals to I into sin hx. So if it is in the circular form, then it can be transformed into hyperbolic form as like this. So in this first case, if it is hyperbolic function, then it can be transformed into circular function like this. Okay, so that means we can convert hyperbolic to circular, circular to hyperbolic. So here if the function is of the form sine of ix, then it can be transformed into hyperbolic as I sin x. So proof, we know that sin x is equals to, we can write it as cos of e raised to ix minus e raised to minus ix divided by 2i. Okay, replacing x by ix, in this we get sin ix is equals to, we get e raised to, already we have I into I equals to I square x minus e raised to minus I square x divided by 2i. E raised to I square value is minus 1, therefore we get minus x minus e raised to, already minus is there, minus into minus plus, we get x divided by 2i. This is because I square value is equals to 1. Okay. Now, so here if I take minus sign outside, we get minus e raised to, first we get e raised to x minus into plus, we get minus e raised to minus x divided by 2i. Okay. Now this can be, if I so if I take this 1 by 2i to the numerator, that is, we know that 1 by I value is equals to minus I. If I take this I to the numerator, it becomes minus I. Okay, so then it is e raised to x minus e raised to minus x divided by 2. So here I have written the reason, because 1 by I is equals to minus I. So then minus into minus, we get plus I. E raised to x minus e raised to minus x into 2 means it is sin hx. So therefore sin ix is equals to I sin hx. Second one, cos of ix equals to cos hx. So we know that cos x can be written as e raised to ix plus e raised to minus ix divided by 2. So now if I replace x by ix, then it becomes cos of ix equals to e raised to I square x plus e raised to minus I square x divided by 2. So therefore it is e raised to ix is equals to, here we get I square value equals to minus, so therefore minus x plus e raised to minus into minus plus, so directly we get x divided by 2. Now if I take minus common here, then we get, sorry, here we have directly plus, so therefore we get, it can be written as e raised to x plus e raised to minus x divided by 2. So this is nothing but hyperbolic function. So this is by the definition 2 we get hyperbolic function of cos, that is cos hx. Okay, so therefore cos of ix is, directly we can write it as cos of hx. Okay, so similarly third one, we can prove that tan of ix is equals to, we write as I tan of hx. Okay, so because this is from, we know that tan of x is equals to, so directly we get tan of ix is equals to sin of ix divided by cos of ix. So now only we have proved that sin of ix is equals to, it is I sin hx, and cos of ix is directly cos hx. So therefore we can get I sin by cos equals to tan hx. Okay, so like this you can prove the next relation, that is cosec of cosec of ix is equals to minus I cosec hx, and fifth one, secant ix is equals to secant hx, and cosec written here, cot of ix is equals to, we can write it as minus I cot of hx. Okay, so these are the relation between hyperbolic and circular function in the both form, that is we can convert hyperbolic to circular or circular to hyperbolic by using these 12 relation. Okay.